My name is Zephania Mwando. Currently, I'm a pre-sales engineer for Dahua Technology Kenya. So I'm just going to show, if you need to find me, you can find me here. And we are going to discuss today the financial solution. And for this solution, we are going to look at empowering a bank and its dynamic processes to adopt new systems so that we can have a taste of what it would take to give a financial solution, a complete financial solution. So I'm going to switch back to the slides. So in case you need to reach out, feel free after this training. If you have any questions just during the training, just drop them in the chat function and I'll be able to respond to them in a few. But again, every training we do, we make sure to record and upload it to YouTube. So let me just take you to it so that you know exactly where to be getting your trainings. So I'll just open this. So if you come to this channel, I think you'll be able to see the different recordings and videos about our trainings and all that. So in case you need to access them in future, you are welcome. Back to today's business. We are going to look at the AIoT. So advanced AI, the Internet of Things, but with AI. This is to empower the bank digitization and give a newer solution. So the goal is to reimage the banking service in the perspective of security. Now, moving ahead, in 2024, the top challenges in the banking industry cover this: security and compliance. Then we have the transformation of business. In the bank ahead, the bank requires to enhance trustworthy, to improve the quality of service it's offering to the clients, and still maintain sustainability in the sense that even come 10 years later, the bank is still operational. So if you need to complete the solution for bank, then it means you have to stay up to date with the challenges and address them using technology. So if you look at the analytics, we have 98% customers trust banks with CCTV, but still there's so many avenues for attacks to the banks. Then we have fraud and risk, which account for 80% of the internal risk. Look at the biggest part of risk in the bank is mainly fraud. Then as a customer, I would prefer, a very big portion of customers would want to go to a bank where they feel safe. There is monitoring and everything, so that in case there is an incident, we're able to account for it. Then, based on the national policies, banks are required to at least have 90 days recording of the past events. This is a pointer to banks that after 90 days, then most likely chances are that the dispute has been solved and will been handled. Some banks would even prefer to keep for longer periods, even up to a year. Now, in terms of competition, if I'm going to bank X and the quality of customer service is not good, I may not even bother to tell them. Instead, I'll just switch to the next bank and then start taking my banking operations there. If we digitize, like let's say banks adopt digital model of banking and all that, then it means that we are going to minimize the risk of people having to queue the counters to do cash transactions, which have a higher security risk. Then, because we are in a bank, we need to also predict like patterns so that we are prepared for the upcoming events. So we look at AI as a solution. That's why this solution is called AIoT Bank Empowerment Solution. Then let's look at VIoT, the digitization panorama, and the different barriers. So at the center of it all, we have AI. AI, so AI, or let me say intelligent Internet of Things. So we're looking at building safety, then still doing integrated business development. Then we're also looking at serving sustainable development, so that's green office, saving on power and emissions are reduced. Now, to do that, we look at the big view of the customer links, that is the channel, the operations we do the customers, the technologies we equip these customers with, the security we apply, and also the regulations around the same. Then we also look at the different business scenarios in a bank, that is the deposit part, the credit, settlement, financing, investment, and all that. But what intelligence, what features are we giving? We're looking at 3D video, virtual reality. So after we put sensors all over the bank, we can have that kind of virtual reality. Then we have big data as a concept, because every day we are collecting some information, some data. So as it grows, this concept still contributes towards the perspective of big data uh, as a as a part or as a bit of the banking solution. Then we have Internet of Things. So we have so many components that are interconnecting and sharing, exchanging data, receiving triggers and all that. Then we still apply AI. We can apply AI to do predictions. We can apply AI to do detection and all that. And now looking at the precise functions we can give as Dahua to empower banks, we have video surveillance, a comprehensive CCTV and video surveillance solution. Then we have turnstile to control the flow and access. So we're looking at turnstile and access controller doing managed banking access control, so that you can only access areas you're authorized to. Then we're also looking at roll call and attendance. So in this feature, we're looking at the bank employees roll call or bank employees attendance, client branch visits schedules and such. We're looking at visitor management as an attribute. Then we have IoT sensing. So we have different sensors that are interconnected in the system. Things like humidity sensors, temperature detectors, or temperature measuring sensors. We have smoke sensors. So a comprehensive integrated Internet of Things sensing. Then we have uh, consumption. We're looking at the different bits of who consumes which service. We have the security routine where we look at the patrol, and all this equipment we expect it to trigger some alarm. So banks must have an alarm system that is integrated into the same. We get local notifications and also upload them to the headquarter. We have the firefighting integration, then environment sensors and also personnel. So now looking at the enhancing security and risk control to maintain the bank's trust, we look at the ATM, the cash counter, and the vault. Three different angles within the bank branch. Now, when we look at these perspectives, uh, we want to look at this typical video, which is giving us a virtual reality of the bank. We have different sensors, so this is a dashboard that you would get, giving us a perspective from outside the bank, that is the parking area. Then when you get into the bank lobby, the security we have there, we have ATM, cash machines, and all that. We have the bank sitting area or waiting area. So we get all these perspectives based on the deployed smart bank and finance solution. Then we look at the teller counters, and the security we apply there, including accounting for every transaction that has been done there, with even integration of the point of sale system for the same banks. Then let's now look at ATM robbery with deep learning. So at ATMs, some challenges we have: violence robbery, where someone just attacks you in the ATM. Then we have people trying to scam the ATM. We have people trying to hack the ATMs. But we look at different types of ATM events, things like wearing face masks. Then we have some criminal characteristics like multiple people getting into the ATMs, people standing too close and such. Then we have violence within the ATMs. So we need to have a solution that we give that does detection within the ATM 24/7. So these are typical event within the ATM, where if you get into the ATM with a face mask, we have pinhole camera connected and detecting the face mask, and it can trigger an alarm to the management system. So this is what we are looking for, to trigger alarms, and the security team get pop-ups. So this is something we can actually actuate or actualize for the bank, and we can give a comprehensive response or timely response when these events occur. If you overstay within the same premise and you are wearing the face mask, we even can escalate this alarm. It doesn't have to just be a simple alarm. We can even trigger, like this one is triggering previous overstay detection. Then we have things like if two people are here within the same and they're standing too close, the second person is standing next, because we expect one person close to the ATM. The other person may be queues outside or behind. But two people are standing too close, we are also triggering alarms and sending response. Then things like within the ATM, we have violence. Someone attacks you while you're still in the ATM, or someone tries to break the ATM machine, we also detect and trigger alarm response. So these are some of the things that we get, and this helps us to reduce false alarms. Like, we are not always worried about false alarms, and from the analytics, we have at least 70% false alarm reduction. Then we have timely discovery rate of events increased by 80%. So the efficiency has grown based on the technology deployed there. Now, we have special algorithms to in the branch, within the branch. So when you're doing deploying a bank solution, just understand that there is a lot of intelligence deployed to help increase uh, customer satisfaction and efficiency within the branch. Now let's look at dealing with pass control at Vault with biological recognition. So at the Vault, we expect to have higher security protection, starting from the outside where we put automatic number plate recognition, we do bollards to secure the area, and then we do UVSS, that's under vehicle surveillance search. Then we get a full picture on augmented reality and give AI perimeter protection. Then when you get into the vault area, we have a walk-through metal detector to do security screening. We have the intercom for emergency and quick communication. Then we do access control. We do AB door, that is multi-door, and we can even interlock this door so that when door one is open, door two cannot open until door one closes, and now you can use door two. So these are security features that are already built into the same Dahua solution to ensure security. Then we do identity authentication and also do people counting, because in the vault area, we don't want everyone to just be there. We want only the authorized personnel. Then we do things like fire detection and stranger detection. If you're not allowed in the vault area and you work there, we are able to know, and we even take face pictures, body patterns, and such things. Then we have the monitoring center. So we have the online guard and remote verification. Just to mention about remote verification, you might be authorized that your face should unlock the door. When you swipe a card, put your fingerprint, scan your face picture, you still need the security guard in the control room to unlock for you. And this is an extra security just in case we have someone maybe behind you trying to unlock and such things, then we increase your security. So in the vault area, we do a lot of security screening, fingerprint scanning and all that. The security area, they monitor and unlock for you, then you are allowed to walk in. So as a result, we do a comprehensive identity authentication, minimizing fraud, and then saving on the handover process, as we are already applying intelligence on the same. Then let's look at the analytics to improve the bank service, and we call it the data drive analytics. Anyway, it's data driven, data drive, and the goal is to acquire and retain customers. So, bank channels, digitization to reduce the cost of rude customer acquisition. Now we have different channels. The online channel, we have the physical channel, and then we do linkage of this. So we do the online channel building to attract customers in the ecosystem and extend channels. We have the technology upgrade for customer operations. Then we have the physical branch digital transformation. The goal is to make sure we serve customers with efficiency and create a friendly banking experience for these customers. Then we link with the linkage. So we make sure that information collected online and both physical is matching and consistent to the client's expectations. Then we have from transaction dominated to relationship oriented kind of banking. And we're looking at improving competitiveness of the bank branch by giving extreme customer service, even doing VIP recognition so that we even detect the customer's mood and experience before they leave the bank branch. Are they happy? So even before they leave the branch, we can tell If the customer is unhappy, we can also tell. We can do things like person of interest detection, VIP recognition, and such. Moving forward, we're also looking at digitization of the branches. I have 50 branches. They must be digital enough so that the customer's experience is flawless. At the same time, at the headquarter, we need to know what is happening at our branches. So in terms of digitization, these are some of the solutions Dahua offers. The branding solution. So using technology to build a brand image, we can make smart display solutions, that is using our LCD and LED display to give that touch and feel. And remember, remember this is also customized. Sorry about that. So when you're combining these characteristics, we also look at the marketing so that we do 24 hours external advertising and paperless display of branch marketing, publicity, and such. We do this kind of uh, experience. So we are not just looking at being in the bank. We're also just looking at making sure it is a smart bank, a bank that when you go there, you have a good banking experience, not just go there, deposit your money or withdraw your money, then you leave. No, you want to go to the branch and have an experience. Then you have scenario-based experience. We use smart cameras to monitor the kind of customer you are, and we even tailor the advertisements you will get while you're within the branch. So looking at such kinds of things, we can personalize and make sure that the branch uh, makes use of the customer's expectations and gives them the maximum capacity of the outcome. And we're looking at three main points that you get: a fast experience, then understanding the customer, and then doing accurate uh, solutions to these customers, because it's not a matter of just trial and error. Then we're looking at data-driven operation at a glance to make better decisions. Things like customer flow, people flow, uh, area distribution, and such things. We look at them. We look at sales analytics, the current status of a branch or status of the whole bank from the headquarter perspective. Then we have the branch customer flow by intelligence. So knowing the customer attribute and interest. So we understand the occupancy so that we can also control in terms of health and safety. If the branch is taking 100 customers at a time, then we can do such kinds of display so that when we clear some people getting out, then we can allow more people in, making sure that we don't overcrowd and uh, alter the experience. So the goal is banking business revolves around the customer, and the objective is to do efficient and smooth transactions and improve the customer relations and experience so that tomorrow again they are back to the branch. Then we have AIoT to serve green office, and the goal is to fulfill social responsibility, building green and sustainable. banks. And we look at the energy consumption system. We change unreasonable energy consumption habits by analyzing the data that we give and historical energy consumption data, find out high energy consumption points, and resolve such to help on efficiency. So looking at that, we can track the grid within the bank, where energy is flowing, which side of the bank. We can even go green, give you complete solar solution for the bank. And then we make sure that it's an efficient system, saving on the cost and energy consumption. I'm thinking if it's green, then it's better. We even have a dashboard to help us with that. Then we monitor these trends so that when the bank is occupied, let's say during the day, how much power consumption do we have? When it's night time, some parts of the bank have been closed, uh, how much power is still consumed. Then we can use that to make better decision and improve. Uh, if you're saving on the cost of consumption, then we're improving on profit. And that is the goal of any business, to maximize profit. We have different points within the bank that we would want to do that and ensure also if you're within the premise, temperature is set to optimal, humidity optimal, and such things. Then with the energy control system, we can even do smart sound systems to control the volume, smart lighting system, smart electrical flow and control systems, then smart air conditioning systems, because we want to build that smooth environment for the customer. We do have these central air conditioning controls. We have no people using the number by AI, videos. Uh, we count based on the customer traffic. How do we adjust the environment conditions within the bank? We have scenario-based saving technology and such things, so that no one has to control this. It can be fully automated. Then we look at the management center. That is the information, digital operation, and the management. So we have one-stop central management system, which is unified, giving you unlimited possibilities. And at the core is the AIoT. So AI with Internet of Things. Now we look at the security management angle to make sure the bank is secure. The business operations, understanding the customers and making sure they get the best experience. Then we have e-office, that's the office management across different teams from a single application. So if you have one bank, 50 branches, one bank, 100 branches, we can give a complete solution for that. Then financial institution can have as many as 1,000 applications within. So we spent approximately 75% of IT budgets on maintenance of the legacy architecture. So if we employ AIoT, then we're going to improve on these specific values. So that is one perspective for our smart banking solution in the market. Then in terms of varying the intelligence we get, we have health maintenance, that is monitoring the actual equipment deployed within the banks. We have energy consumption monitoring. We have the branch operations monitoring, all this in one. Then we do on a network to do multivariant connectivity. Then we integrate with CCTV, alarm, fire, access control, RFID, IP audio talk, video, electric and automatic number plate recognition system. Then we have the multi-dimensional sensors where we look at the video, audio, 3D, thermal, radar, and radio extensibility architecture. So this is a complete architecture for a bank, giving 26 business dashboards, simplifying 30% of daily work for 5 roles. That is the security, maintenance, operations, risk control, and channel management. We have the system interaction, so that we have less maintenance costs and efficient unified control, reducing the false alarms within the bank, adapting to banks of different sizes and capacity. Like for us in Pakistan, we have 8,000 channels for a bank. We have 700,000 channels for BOC Bank. We have in Argentina 20,000 channels. Then we have ICBC 92,000 or 920,000 channels. You can imagine that quantity and number. Then the layout of the command center. So this is how we split it. We have the meeting area, we have the monitoring area, and the large display. And let's just look at what we give for that command center. We have on-duty management system. We have the video conference systems. We have the paperless conference system. We provide cloud storage as a solution, though this cloud concept is not really hosted by anyone else but you as the bank premise, but we give you the actual infrastructure. Then we have the big video wall and large display. We have the seat management and all that. So we are completely monitoring the monitoring center of a bank so that we make sure we get the maximum out of these solutions. Then we have the video wall giving us the full view, the roaming video pop-ups for alarms. We have virtual LED to welcome information, display, and such. We have single screen displays, full screen displays, and also we can segment the display. So based on the performance, we look at the different environments within the bank and the different applications that they want to take, and then we can give them a complete, comprehensive solution. So the on-duty detection camera supports making phone calls, playing mobile phones, sleeping on duty, smoking, abnormal number of and different algorithms all together. So if you're just not authorized within the premise or the working area, then it can trigger an alarm. If you are making phone calls, it is monitoring these people. What are they? Are they really working or they're just standing there? Are they on the phone? Are they smoking? If they abandon the working area, if they are dozing within the working area, then this on-duty management kind of camera will give us these triggers and we can always record this and use it for any efficiency control solutions. Then we give asymmetric cloud storage and easy to scale solution. And how this goes is we do a virtual video management system, and then we do metadata service management and do video cloud storage. So it's a matter of replicating that data in multiple servers that we can manage on our own or release from one service provider. So the whole connectivity is to ensure that there is fault tolerance so that at any given time the main server fails, we still have the services running from a different location or from different node. Then we have the command center video conference so that we do full video view for branches. If you're doing training, we can teletrain or teleconference from different locations. And this is just to address the different pain points that our customers would experience in terms of handling large numbers of people within the same location. So instead of having to handle that, we can just do the video conferencing solutions and still achieve the same result. So a case study for BOC Smart Bank case is at the financial center. We have monitoring. We monitor the branch and ATMs, the different transactions. We monitor the cash transfer supervision. That means we can deploy technology to the cash transfer vehicles. Then we look at the business application, where we also look at emergency command. So at the monitoring center, we look at security, operation, and OA. We have different monitoring points, 750,000 video channels, 32,000 video intercom. I will have 11,000 access control. We have different alarm channels, then different servers. So the digital operation benefits, we have 60% cash transfer cost reduced. We have compliance, which has been improved. Sorry about the interruption. Then we have saving on bandwidth. We call it bandwidth reduction. And the goal is to make sure that whoever is, or whatever the technology we have deployed on the branches, we save on the bandwidth. And this is through the Dahua Q-Lean solution. At one point, we're going to do this Q-Lean solution as a topic. And the goal is to compress videos up to 90%, save 90% storage. The space that could be consumed by one camera is now consumed by 10 cameras. I'm thinking that's the best efficiency. Then in terms of alarms, we get them immediately there. Okay. Then let's just talk about the top security solution supplier for banks. We as Dahua, we have the different bank solutions that we can apply in the different banks and branches. And the goal is to make sure that the banks can do compliance. And let's look at some cases. We have the Argentina BNA, Macau BOC Bank, Pakistan Al Falah, we have the Kuwait NBK, we have Japan Mitsubishi Bank, we have Japan Eco Bank, Vietnam KS, we have Turkey Vakif, in India we have SBI, also Bradesco in Brazil. So those are different banks. And I can confirm also that in Kenya we have deployed first part of these solutions within the East Africa region. We also have deployed these solutions. So looking at some of these cases, of course, we understand that as Dahua, we have what you require to manage this bank security and even the applications. And that brings me to the end of this presentation. And I'm going to first respond to the questions that we have in the chat. So someone mentioned that they just joined the webinar late. Shall we get the recorded webinar? I'm going to record this video, of course, and upload it to YouTube. Then there's another question about certifications. This is not a certification training. These are product knowledge training. We have certification trainings which we always arrange, and if you need to get the certification trainings, feel free to reach out to us. Then there's another question. Do you mean you have a banking ERP? Banking ERP is just a part of the bank solution because it's a small bit. And if you look at most of these banks, they have this. It is not our core business. Our core business is the security part, but the solution we give comprises even integration with these existing bank systems, and we can give comprehensive smart bank solutions. Then I'm seeing people sending their emails. So if you need a copy of this PPT or this presentation, then we'll definitely send it to you. So no worries for that. Don't know if you have any other question. I would recommend writing it in the chat function, or I'll just try to see if I can allow participants to unmute themselves. So if you have your question, you can just unmute and speak. But I'm seeing your emails coming in, so thank you for that, which means you've been following through this presentation, and I appreciate your time. If you don't have any other questions, then we are going to proceed the next bit of the training, which is going to be scheduled. And I want our organizer to schedule the QLIN bank solution as soon as possible. We look at how we're going to save on cost of bandwidth and transmission for banks. So you're welcome to join into this training. And that marks the end of this training. Thank you so much for your time. Feel free to exit the training as we are going to share more in private conversation. Thank you so much and be blessed.